been at. Yeah. Burnley, okay, it didn't quite happen at Newcastle, now Forest, and look at his goal-scoring record.
That's incredible.
To score that many goals for those teams is terrific.
Okay, what about the bottom of the table then, Phil? Because obviously we saw that beating and it doesn't look great for Southampton's chances, but as for the rest of the teams above them, we've seen Wolves have had a revival under Vitor Pereira. Everton, though, now on a bit of a tricky run of form as well. Do you think that it's kind of all still to play for in terms of getting out of that bottom three for the other two?
Yeah, I mean, you look at Wolves, the new manager's come in and done a wonderful job. I think he won 3-0 in his first game against Leicester, which was an incredible result considering they're in really poor form. They then beat United at home 2-0 and deserved to win, and then went and got a good point away at Tottenham. So they're in really good form at the minute, but other teams around them are picking up points. So I think that was why it was important for Ipswich it was a big win for them against Chelsea at the weekend. You can almost see those games against Chelsea and Arsenal, Liverpool as, we're not expected to win those games anyway, but when you see other teams around them picking up points, it was a crucial win for them. Yeah,
do you give Ipswich and Leicester a chance of getting out of that bottom three, and which other teams could you potentially be worried about in that?
I give Ipswich more of a chance than anyone. I don't see Leicester pulling away from this. I think they're in big trouble from what I've seen of them. Lack of organisation, lack of understanding of how to play the occasion at times, and it's very difficult when you lose games to pick up confidence down that bottom end of the pitch. But I just think Ipswich have got something about them where you think there's something there that you can get away from.
I think they beat Spurs, haven't they? They beat Chelsea. There's unexpected wins in amongst there, and I think they went 10 games before they won a game, and that would have knocked most teams over. So there's something in there. Ipswich might just pull out of trouble.
OK, we'll talk about Manchester United shortly. Haven't got away with that one, Phil. OK, well, if you were lost in a post-Christmas haze, last Sunday's Match of the Day is still available on iPlayer. They've got some dodgy presenter in for that one. There have been 4 more games this week as well. Here's what happened.
João Pedro or even Simon Adingra, and João Pedro was really quick there, and Adingra now with a chance to shoot and score! It's a super finish from Simon Adingra! Often trying to get there. They are checking a possible penalty for the challenge by João Pedro, and he's awarded Aston Villa the penalty kick. Watkins celebrates Villa's equalising goal from the penalty spot. Watkins, nicely done. Here's Rodgers, 2-1 Villa. What a start to the second half. And it was a very good finish from Morgan Rodgers. Now Mitoma, Brighton looking threatening. Still with Mitoma, João Pedro, and what a goal from Tariq Lamptey! It's a sensational finish.
Here's Davis, Delap bursting forward, and Liam Delap gets there as well, and he goes down! Penalty! There was a trailing leg from Jorgensen, who protests his innocence. Liam Delap with the responsibility tonight. Portland Road is alive with noise. This might be the first home win that they've been waiting for. Only the 7th time they've hit the net here at home this season. Is Issacek. Oh, that's loose. And Delap's onto it. Broadhead up alongside. Liam Delap might go alone. Delap. Hutchinson, the former Chelsea man, scores! It's 2-0! Ipswich Town have their first Premier League home win of the season.
First win at Portland Road in the Premier League in 23 years, special one for the players and the supporters and everyone involved.
Left for Lewis Hall, who's well forward here for Newcastle, and Isak with a header, and Newcastle with the lead. Isak just cannot stop scoring at the moment. Mazraoui backpedaling again. Gordon's cross, Joe Linton's header, and now the scoreline reflects the dominance that the visitors have enjoyed.
Do you feel as though it might be a battle to avoid the drop that's going to unfold in the second half of the season?
I think it's a possibility, and we have to be clear with our fans.
Damsgaard with a long limb to get it back for Brentford. And Mbeumo going off one side, Wissa the other. Here's Brian Mbeumo, who's found the gap and beaten Raya. Mbeumo catching David Raya out with pure accuracy. Laneri just running into a cluster of red and white. So Mbeumo's now lost it. Partey! Flecken saves, but he can't stop the follow-up. And in the absence of Saka and Havertz, Gabriel Jesus is stepping up. Awkward one for Flecken, who hasn't got hold of it. And the follow-up is eventually crashed in. Not quite directly from a corner, but ultimately the set-piece sensations are at it again. Laneri swinging it in, and it is 3-1. Martinelli crashing it beyond Flecken. It's a shaky start for Arsenal, but an assured performance in the end from Mikel Arteta's team.
Martin, let's talk about Arsenal then, because I said before it's a big blow for them not having Bukayo Saka, but a first Premier League start for Ethan Nwaneri against Brentford. What do you make of him? Could he fill a void?
Very much so. It's especially pleasing to see a young lad come out of the academy. You know, he's 17 years of age, and he goes up, he makes things happen, goes at players, and obviously Saka is out of the team now for a number of months, so it's really important that somebody steps up. He's 17 years of age, and you'd never believe it, the way that he's coming. Great delivery there, so he's involved in the goals, and he goes at people. You know, he's so confident. It's ridiculous. His first goal for the club, just tucks it in the near post. Huge future for him. He's just going to have to learn it very quickly, because Saka now is obviously sitting on the sidelines, but he stood up to the task against Brentford.
Yeah, it's only looked that way so far. Well, as I promised, Phil, we do have to address Manchester United, their worst ever Premier League season at this point. Ruben Amorim admitted that Manchester United are potentially in a relegation battle. Where do you stand on that?
They're in a really difficult period. I don't think that they've experienced this amount of suffering before as a club. It's obviously a club full of history, but they're in a really difficult period and they've got to find a way to get out of it. They're almost in a dogfight at the minute. I wouldn't say a relegation fight, but they're in a dogfight. And it's going to take something from someone to galvanise the team, to steer them in the right direction. You've got to grind a result out from somewhere, and maybe that can be the catalyst to go on a run of form, but something's got to change soon. And you look at the fixtures they've got coming up. They've got Liverpool this weekend, which is going to be a really difficult task. Away at Anfield, always a tough game. Really, really tough place to go and win games of football. And then you've got Arsenal in the Cup at the weekend. So it's difficult, but they're going to have to find something from somewhere to gain a bit of form and momentum.
Yeah, more to come on that fixture at Anfield very shortly. But what a result for Ipswich in midweek as well, beating Chelsea. And when we talked before about teams needing to get out of that bottom three, that would have probably been a game they wouldn't have expected to get anything from, but they did, and that could be a catalyst now.
Yeah, but I think sometimes you can look at games and just think we've got nothing to lose in this game, and that's the way Ipswich almost approached it. I know it sounds daft because you potentially lose 3 points and you lose a game, but when there's a feeling of, well, let's go and attack them, let's find out what the vulnerabilities are. We know that now Chelsea like to play with those two inverted full-backs, and it compacts the midfield. The wide areas are going to hurt them. They exploited those. I thought they were superb on the night.
Just a word on, sorry Martin, I just wanted to ask Phil about Kieran McKenna, because someone you know very well. I know Manchester United are your main focus, but you must be rooting for him and really impressed at the way they've started life.